The zombie T-Rex is back, undid swag with that old school rap. Cause it's Curtis Blow with that nerdist flow, getting pterodactyl flag on the track. 4 records deep, 5 EPs, 1 mixtape, cause you can't kill me. Poison when I spit it, Komodo dragon, nerdcore royalty, kimono dragon. Sesquipedalian loquaciousness, no rapper ever born did a rhyme like this. MC Lars with the rhythmic alacrity, oratory skills causing mad catastrophe. The whole crew sick, like Kubrick, got your eyes wide shut for this apocalypse. Let's face it, I'm an awesome rapper, post-punk laptop velociraptor. No, I won't dumb it down for the mainstream fan, cause the mainstream fan has lame taste, man. Yeah, I said it. And I'm flying over hurdles, keep it underground like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. See a funny thing happen on my way to the stage. Waylaid by a stegosaurus, second on my leg. When I made my escape, it was way too late. Got that T-virus strain all up in my veins, bringing pain like the Necronomicon. Iguanagon loose up at Comic-Con, tearing up your lawn like a Moklodon. Take away your girl like I was Donkey Kong. Jurassic Park this van in your city every time I rock a show. Cause the fans all bounce when I light up the room with that pyroclastic flow. Yo! No mercy, no surrender. Zombie T-Rex, I'm killing it forever. No surrender. Zombie T-Rex, I'm killing it forever. No mercy, no surrender. Zombie T-Rex, I'm killing it forever. No mercy, no surrender. Zombie T-Rex, I'm killing it forever. Cause I make that smart music, that hard DIY from the heart music, that Larsy came to straight rocket music, that burning down your local hot topic music, that KRS-One on my album music, that of course you know I read up on Malcolm music, that PMA all day music, that guy who gave you K-Flay music, that R.I.P. Pat Wood music, that only wanna do a bit of good music, that got here on my own music, that hey it's Weird Al in my phone music, that
Hey guys, can you hear me?
Music, that show your English teacher how to flow music, that TED Talk read a book music, that look at Scissor Crack on the hook music, like no mercy, no surrender. Zombie T-Rex, I'm killing it forever. No mercy, no surrender. Zombie T-Rex, I'm killing it forever. No mercy, no surrender. Zombie T-Rex, I'm killing it forever. No mercy, no surrender. Zombie T-Rex, I'm killing it forever.
Our top story tonight, a herd of zombie dinosaurs is loose in San Francisco, causing more damage and destruction than the city has ever seen. We go now live to the Golden Gate Bridge, where a zombie Tyrannosaurus Rex is currently ripping apart the suspension cables and pushing cars into the bay. Coming up after the break, San Francisco has already seen its local coffee markets impacted by these zombie dinosaurs, what these developments mean for your organic Arabica, and then enterprising young people are bringing gentrification to dinosaur caves and dens. We find the city's best apocalyptic food trucks, and finally, an Oxford study finds that white kids are still not hyphy. What can you do to help? We'll cover it after the break.
Serious, but when it's time to game, I go delirious. Cause in the office, I gotta keep it calm. But in rivals, you gonna catch these palms. I'll rock set a burn, so don't test me. And those who do will get rock ready. No, you not ready. How I fire these Flintstones, you'll get rock ready. Ha, you not deadly. You beating me, please. Lane. When you lose, you'll be like, the wrong one. Steve Harvey, get lit up again. Then you blaming all the paddles, cause I force burns MIB. Moving in shadows. Who's next? Bring 'em out, bring 'em out. It's hard to yell when my fist flames in your mouth. Come on, man, here I'll bury your face with strong attacks anywhere. Aerial ace. When it comes to fighting games like ROA, better bring your A game, homie, I don't play. Grab your sticks, yeah. Grab your sticks, yeah. Grab your sticks, grab the sticks, yeah. Grab the sticks, yeah. All grab the sticks. Next one up, are you sure you wanna challenge me? That confidence you're touting, it's nothing but a fallacy. For giggles, I'm picking maple, but we know you're clinging to hope when your chances are freaking zero. Like how Pokemon Go players flock to parks, you're always on my radar, watchers mark. LMAO, when I'm laughing, it's hearty. Boy, sit yourself down, this ain't Mario Party. Riding waves like a North King, bringing more pain. Zero wins to your name, that's a sure thing. Call me Kiss and May with the puddle splash, no button mash, and I got airtime like a bubble blowing harder than crag. Straight absorbing rocks, can't control me, Yobza, I'm unorthodox. Doubting that I'm good at this game, you must be credulous. Freeze before you say another word, Edalus. When it comes to fighting games like ROA, better bring your A game, homie, I don't play. Grab your sticks, yeah, grab your sticks, yeah. Grab your sticks, it's time for ROA. When it comes to fighting games like ROA, better bring your A game, homie, I don't play. Grab your sticks, yeah, grab your sticks, yeah. Grab your sticks, yeah, ROA sticks,
Yeah, it's time to learn a little bit about the DMAIC process. When you're doing your process improvement projects, you should follow this path. First you got define, then you got measure, then you analyze, then you improve, and then you got to control your process.
I know that you're on the grind. It's no good if you can't define the problem on hand. Call it out, grab your pants. Before you start to solve, make sure you understand. Go smarter, pull out your project charter. Keep your scope in check, no time to be a martyr. Side block, why not? Put one line of sight to your customers. Cyclops, translate for your boy with the VOC. It's the OG, it's better than saying he told me. First, get your mind straight, approach it like a blind date. Get to know the problem a little before you try. Hey, form a team, you can call that. All I wanna know is where your squad at. Just define, don't attack, do a UNK, bring it back, bring it back. Take it back to define where your charter at. Take it back to define where your starter facts. Take it back to define, let's make it smarter cats. Take it back, take it back, take it back, take it. Take it back to define where your charter at. Take it back to define where your starter facts. Take it back to define, let's make it smarter cats. Take it back, take it back, take it back, take it. I'ma guess where you messed up, beta. Where the plan at, better check that data. I don't care if it's mini tab or state, I need to get on the same wavelength. Theta. Hold up, better cap that track back. Cause you said you don't even know where the map is at. So put the straps back and hit 'em up. Watch the steps that they do and get 'em written up. If you got an SME you haven't hollered at, better pull a Gwen Stefani and holler back. Then you get to roll to the root cause. Look for things you haven't seen before, VUPA. Do away with all the noise, you gotta isolate the top 3 to 5 contributors to get it straight. If you got some quick wins, boo, don't you wait. They ready to roll, so storm the gates. Take it back, where your flow's at. Take it back, better go get. Take it back, ain't no data yet. Take it back, take it back, take it back, take it. Take it back, where your flow's at. Take it back, better go get. Take it back, ain't no data yet. Take it back, take it back, take it back, take it. If you forget where you are, yo, I got ya. Just think of me like Phantom of the Opera. Now we in the phase of solution generation. Mark all your charts with the new iteration. Before you go and change, man, you know you better have a really good change plan. Went too fast, that takes a toll. Now your process is out of control. Gotta take measures to protect the improvements you made and control your process. It's not sticking, bro. Who you kidding, yo? Bet you ain't even check your residuals. Go check again, better get it right. Control Charlie Bubba Sparks, get it right, get it tight. You can roll, yeah, you and a friend. Improve your process one time, do it again. Take it back to define where your charter at. Take it back to define where your starter facts. Take it back to define, let's make it smart cats. Take it back, take it back, take it back, take it. Take it back to define where your charter at. Take it back to define where your starter facts. Take it back to define, let's make it smart cats. Take it back, take it back, take it back, take it. So now you've finished and you've set the bar higher than the original point, and you get to go back and do another process improvement project starting at
Take it back to define. Get it?
What up, stream? We are ready to go. Got JPY holiday, so it'll probably be a little slow, but I think London will give something tonight, or in the morning, I should say. There we go.
Yo, yeah, I can hear you guys. How's it going? Yeah, good, man. Interested in seeing what JPY gets up to. Do you trade multiple pairs? Like, do you trade all the pairs you've got on the right hand side there? Okay, interesting. Okay.
Yep, yeah, exactly. If you can't wait 15 minutes for a live stream to start, put it on my story. I was like, stream will be live at 5:30. Stream will start at 5:45 to 6. If you showed up early, that's your fault because you can't read. So either leave or quit your crying. Stream is up now. Plus it's JPY holiday, so it's gonna be kind of a slow session. I'm anticipating, but yeah, if you can't wait 15 minutes, you're never gonna make it in trading. So, you know, we need to all calm down a little bit. Mic should be on. It should be good. It's on the hotkey. So, if I'm talking and you don't hear it, then that's because there's nothing important to be said. So don't worry, the mic is on. And yeah, with the holiday, I think we could have a slow session, but we should be able to get a good plan for London. The mix. Adarillo, have a good evening, bro. You can enjoy your night. Not in here, fucking clown. The beats are, I don't know what they are, but it's just Pretzel Rock's little copyright-free mix player. So random music. You can kind of pick what kind of songs you want. Hype, holiday, happy, hip-hop, ambient, upbeat, rock, stuff like that. I don't know which one this is on. I think it's on hip-hop, maybe? Yeah, hip-hop. So we just got random songs playing. And if you're new here, if you say dumb shit, you get banned. Simple as that. It's not tolerated. If you got something negative to say, don't say it or leave. Like I said, this is for people that want to be here. If you don't want to be here, there will be nothing held back. You'll be banned right away, and that'll be that. You'll just get to sit and watch and not participate. So if you're gonna say dumb shit and you want to get banned, go ahead, but you're gonna get banned right away. Or just, you know, hang out, enjoy, ask questions, or close Asian and go outside, enjoy the weather, do something. You know, Asian's on a holiday, so it might not be a lot to do anyway. So maybe you should just not be here at all and go outside and do something. But if you are here, we're gonna try and plan for London, and based on the entire time frames, probably watch the 4 hour, see where we go, and see if we can get a nice plan for London. What's up, John? How's it going? Welcome. George, I think the wick fill is very possible, but my rule is JPY holiday to either not trade or play it really, really safe. I have to at least wait till Tokyo Open, which is another hour, so I have to wait for Tokyo Open, and then I can potentially take a trade. But I had a really good morning this morning in New York, so I'm in no rush to jump and take a trade. But if something sets up real nice, we get a nice low established, a nice high established, we come back, make a support, come back, make a resistance, then I might be game for something like that. But my plan right now is to plan for London and see if we can get something good going London into New York. Fast Tack, hello. Appreciate you joining us. Yep. US session was great. If you killed the morning session, or you did good, I think if you're gonna trade, definitely lower your risk, or just be real stingy with your trade. No need to give it back in Asian, because there's gonna be better trades in London and New York to come. So if you're up for the day, just hang out. Maybe if something super perfect sets up, we'll do something. Otherwise, I think we wait for London volume and then see what happens. See, I want to see where this daily high is established or daily low from Asian. See what we can get. I think it looks like I might try to establish the daily top wick. Kind of what I'm thinking. So we'll see if we come back and test the low, how we react down here, or see where we come up and make the top wick. See how we start reacting up in there coming into London is going to be what I'm looking to see. Is are we going to create the low, the bottom wick? We're going to kind of make the top wick going into London, and then London volume will give us that resistance and we'll come back. That's what I want to see. Elaborate on wick fills. Yeah, wick fills is just typically you want to do that with the trend, because the momentum should go down and fill the wick. This wick could be filled, but if we zoom out a little bit, looks like we are trending down pretty well. So this wick fill might happen, might not. Looks like we do have resistance we do have previous support, which could be our new resistance now. So since this is a downtrend, I think we're better off looking for wicks to fill to the downside. But if Asian has volume, this wick could easily be filled. That could be our wick fill for the session, and then we get some sort of resistance up in this area where we had previous support in New York and London. I don't know what day. I think that was Friday or Thursday. I think this was Thursday. Yeah. So this is our Thursday, because London came down and then we came right back up. Yep. Yeah. So if we get resistance here, which is right near that wick, which then the wick fill would make sense, and then we would see resistance here ideally. But in a little bit we'll start going through these pairs. Kind of wait till we get a little closer to Tokyo Open, and then we'll see what we're coming into and see if we can See if we set up for anything. So hopefully that answered your question on the Wick fills. How do I handle losing streaks? I actually was kinda sort of in one a month or two ago, especially in the Asian session, and I don't know, I took like a few days, a week of just kind of really slowing down on the trades, watching the market a little bit, and then doing lots of back testing and studying, and then just trying to stay confident in all of it. It really helps as well. So if your mental's messed up, I would say, I don't know, maybe you start reading some books, listen to some motivational videos, listen to music while you trade, something to just keep you in a good mental state while you're trading so you're not getting emotional and doing dumb stuff. Me and Iron Man done trading together. We've never traded together, but he does come on and hang out with us. He'll probably be, I have to send him the link, but I'm sure he'll be here soon. I don't know what he's doing. Oh, he's here. Okay. Yeah, I'm sure he'll be popping in soon.
If Scooby-Doo and crew rolled through my mind, I'd like to think they'd find themselves enthralled by the magic. Long before they ever saw the ghoul behind the facade, working my heartstrings and brain synapses at the same synchronized, methodical, odd pace. Hoping to get at me, bring it all back and see. If now is tragedy, past is my majesty. If it still matters to be in the presence of clouds of perfume that could make up the essence of tears, fears, trust, and lust, beers, jeers, dust, and fluff that could fill in the gaps of my story as I heard it, pad all the parts that aren't perfect, to blur the worst and cover the worthless, to blot out the parts that I once found disturbing, convince me the past is uncomforting, heaven resign my own mind to be forcibly sentenced to wallow inside of the trap of resentment and drag all my effort away from the present. Ups and downs and ins and outs, I come back your last, with smiles or frowns or brand new towns, whenever I need rest. I know there's a velvet room with paintings to my left, and a box with slivered pieces of the love from in my chest. Ups and downs and ins and outs, I come back your last, but smiles or frowns or brand new towns, whenever I need rest. I know there's a velvet room with paintings to my left, and a box with slivered pieces of the love from in my chest. I think there's a value in appreciation without longing, fondly recalling what you did last summer without needing to check your Instagram. You each played a role, a painting in a gallery, a crucial thread in the tapestry. Sometimes we part ways with the silence of the last few grains of sand passing through an hourglass. Other times, it's with the screeching brakes too slow to prevent a crash, each footprint in the path, each with the same promise of being the last. Me, I've learned to glance back and gently laugh, or at least give a knowing smile, because love is all mistakes and perfection in equal parts. And if I've ever seen one, love is a work of art.
This is a song about a very minor character from Rick and Morty. Are you serious? Here we go. On a distant planet populated by another race lives a sixth podcat who might slap you in the face. He's Resort Field and he wants his enchiladas. Vitriolic rage, well you know he's got a lot of insults that he hurls while John reads the paper.
Hey, how's it going, Paul?
Morty Jr. No distractions in his nature. Cat, half
Good.
and he don't like you either. Smack you in the head with the telephone receiver. Spitting racial epithets, spilling coffee on the table. A dark and sick reality since Rick hooked up the
Doing very well this morning. I'm very happy. Not trading at all for Asian.
making babies. On the matriarchal planet, all the women call the shots.
Yeah.
And Lorenzo music still alive, involved in every plot. Playing Beckman in the cartoon like Bill Murray in the movie. Rick Sanchez making conversation and it's mad confusing. He's Gazorp, Gazorp Field, Gazorp Field, Gazorp Field, Gazorp Field. He's Gazorp Field,
Is your you have company over? Oh damn.
You've been a very bad cat. Putting normal in the oven, throwing Odie in the vat. A boring stew, I thought you knew the power of the flame. Why did you have to immolate your friend?
Oh, that's cool.
Well, Summer's been a bummer, shooting steroids, fighting demons. And Scroopy Nooper still protecting Pluto for a reason. And pizza eating people always gotta stuff their face.
Yeah, tell them that the probably the best advice is just sit on your hands most of the time, and just wait for quality trades. Just trade around clean traffic. That's what works for me. What's been working the last 6 weeks. Yeah, this is my sixth profitable week in a row. This is the first time it's happened in like 1 year. I've never had a streak like this before, and I think it's because I've just been trading around clean traffic, like big volume candles, big candles with low volume, where price just slices through that price point and just continues. I think honestly that's what it's been for me, just taking really quality trades around those areas, and that's it. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, man, I just made like 4% this morning, and so I'm just like, I'm like 1% away from my weekly goal, so I'm gonna be reducing the risk for the rest of the week, and just all I just need to hit is my weekly goal. That's it, right? Just hit one goal at a time.
Yeah, 1% all week. It's only Monday's not even over. That'll be just wait for that super perfect one, and then boom, you're done for the week. Yeah. I'm guessing you caught GJ sells, right?
Yeah, I had some pending orders.
I knew it.
Overnight.
You had some sell stops underneath that support.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, underneath that support there. I made 45 pips on one of the positions.
Yeah. It was a super easy trade this morning. It literally was just dump.
Yeah.
That was wild.
What I saw was mine going left on the 1 hour, like going like, so I can show some people what I'm talking about, like way left, way left, to the point where you can't even see that where the price is right now. Just like go like where we yeah. So this is how I caught this move right here, and obviously trading is all probabilities. So you just want to put yourself in the position, on a day-to-day basis, but it's never guaranteed. But so price was right here, I believe. Price was at that area. That's where it was consolidating yesterday. It was consolidating between here and here, something like that. And so I set some sell stops around here, and I target. Actually, oops. I think I messed this up a little bit. So price was here. Let me do this over again. Sorry. Price was up here, and so I set some sell stops below the support, and then I targeted with 3 of the positions. I targeted this area right here because that might be possible trouble right there. And then one of the positions I rode all the way down to this area right here. So I collected some good pips off GJ this morning. And it's all based off those clean candles. See those clean candles just moving up? Like, you want to trade around areas like that. Like, you don't want to trade around, areas like this, and then all of a sudden you got this down here, and then you want to trade around areas like this, where you just got really clean traffic, clean candles. So that's all I wanted to say. Maybe it might help someone.
Oh, I bet it will. I bet it helps someone. That was really, that clean traffic was super nice. We'll mark it real quick. Yeah, look at that. You got clean traffic there, money.
Mm-hmm.
Paul, what do you think about GJ breaking above 134,200 now? Would you wait for it to break up, do a retest, create support, then go up to sort of 134,600, or what do you reckon?
If it gets above this resistance up here?
Yeah.
I don't think we have the volume to get above it and get a quality move. If we do, and I'm wrong, which is very plausible, I am totally okay with missing that. If I was going to buy, I would have wanted to buy from the support down here once this one closed above that little minor resistance. Also at support, and we got clean traffic going up. But to buy above here, I would really prefer it to do something like this. Kind of like we got this resistance here. We got a wick fill kind of target. I don't think we have the volume to push that wick fill. But again, if we do, and I'm wrong, I mean, great. That's a very quality trade. And it makes sense if we close above resistance to target the wick fill. 100%. That makes perfect sense. But with the lack of volume in Asian at the moment still, I would prefer something like that. Go for partial fill, make a higher low, and then take it up to the high, and then maybe a runner to continue. So that would be my safe approach. I think a more aggressive, confident entry, if you're going to get in above there, with it being Asian, I think if you're getting in here when we close above, you got to get your stop underneath support. So whether it be under here or under here, to then target that wick. Because I don't think this hourly is going to just push above here and then just push up and push the wick fill right away. I don't see that happening. I see us dicking around a little bit, coming back, maybe making another higher low underneath here, and then maybe inching up a little bit, and it just being kind of a slow move. So we've seen this. I mean, I'm sure a lot of people have seen this as well. We see when price comes down. See if I can find an example real quick. So here, you see how we came down super nice, really aggressive, and then we just kind of dwindled our way up a tiny bit, and then we start moving back down a little bit, moving back down, we kind of dwindle up, moving down a little bit. So if we look here at what's going on right now, we came down real quick. We're just kind of slowly dwindling up to make that lower high, which I think could be somewhere within this wick is where we're going to see that, or on this box, and then we're going to fall back down to our low that we created down here. Then it's just going to look like this, but it looks a lot messier. But the 4 hour is going to look a lot better. It's going to look like this. It's going to look like low, lower high, lower low, kind of thing. Like I said, it looks messy because these candles, but look at the size of this one bearish candle and look at the size of these candles.
Yeah, it makes perfect sense.
See how top of it, bottom of it, all these candles are inside that one candle. So this isn't really doing a whole lot, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's what I would say. That's why I think there's a chance it could just break above and keep going. I think the probability is much lower than it coming back and making a lower high, making a little higher high, and then maybe ranging.
Cool. Thanks very much, man.
Yep. Hopefully that helps. That's what I'm saying. I think let's just chill for Asian, at least for today. We'll plan maybe if we see something super textbook, but I think we're going to get maybe one burst at Tokyo Open, and then we're going to range. Or dwindle up or dwindle down. I don't think there's going to be anything significant of a move, unless maybe you caught buys from support here once we closed above. Nice little engulfing bullish candle at support. We got clean traffic and a high to target, higher low. Could have taken it to the high, be risk free. Maybe you get a runner that continues. Great, good trade for Asian. If you won this morning though, and you did good, do you need to be taking that risk right now? Probably not. So that's where I'm at right now. I had a good morning. Not in a hurry to force a trade here. It needs to show me we got some volume and then set up really nice for a trade. So, but if you got in down here, definitely should have secured something up at this resistance in case we don't have volume to push through, and then maybe leave a runner for the wick fill. Who knows? Maybe it does just take off and go for it.
Yo, yo. What up, bro?
Yo, what's up, Gurjot?
What up, what up? How you been, man?
Been good, bro. Yeah, been really good. Yourself?
That's good. That's always good to hear.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I never thought I'd ever hear MGMT again. But guess who popped up on the Yo Gabba Gabba Spotify station yesterday?
She's late for baby yoga, but she's looking hella fly. Breastfeeding out in public, catching everybody's eye. With her brand new Orbit stroller and her probiotic smoothie. I hope who's checking prices on that tasty vegan sushi. With that Adbusters mag and her artisan toast. She's always shopping local and avoiding GMOs. Scoping out the Lululemon if it line on her phone. Using Amazon Mom, cause she's always on the go. Watching Girls on HBO really takes her back to the Bushwick parties and the vinyl stacks. She misses Cafe Grumpy and Brooklyn Label. But when she's back in Franklin, she can never get a table. She remembers Luna Lounge where she passed out flyers for an underground band named Arcade Fire. Before Lena Dunham was successful and paid, Hipster Girl was on the L trying to find her way. Well, Hipster Girl grew up and got her MFA. Married with a mortgage and an IRA. Hybrid minivan up in the carpool lane. But Hipster Mom is doing okay.
This may seem like a stupid question, but is breast milk vegan? Can I call you back in a bit? I have to Skype my lactation consultant.
She looks so good when she shops organic, cause she cares about her baby and the future of our planet. But life has gotten hectic now that she's become a mom.
Has anybody taken any trades today? Since it's a GPUI holiday.
No, I'm probably just gonna be planning for London, is what I'm thinking.
Yeah. I might look at AUD or NZD pairs. Other than that, I think I'm.
Yeah, Molly had AUD JPY and AUD USD buys.
Molly.
They both moved
Molly.
up.
He took his. Is this his first trade?
It was a paper trade, but yeah, we just went over stop loss placement and stuff like that today. So he saw support and he took a buy and hit TP and technically would be risk-free runner right now.
Molly's making moves, bro.
Did you hear Jessica had an elective epidural? It's like she doesn't even care about the health of her newborn. How basic.
No more TV on the radio, it's NPR, where she heard the interview in her husband's car with her ex-fiancé who had gone EDM. But ever since her wedding, it was hard to stay friends. And his Coed hoodie with the dragonfly, she kept it in her closet as the years went by. Who's cried a night about? Asked Terry Gross.
A girl I knew in Brooklyn, we were once very close.
Well, Hipster Girl grew up and got her MFA. Married with a mortgage and an IRA. Hybrid minivan up in the carpool lane. But Hipster Mom is doing okay. Well, Hipster Girl grew up and now her world has changed. The vintage Slayer onesie has begun to fade. Still on the second page of 50 Shades of Grey. But Hipster Mom is doing okay.
Are you kidding? Of course I'm not going to let her wear pink. Didn't you see the Huffington Post article on Facebook this morning?
But you wouldn't land up in like a pro lobby unless you were really, really good yourself, you know?
Have you seen Blackfish? It is so sad. There is no way we are ever going to have a birthday party at SeaWorld, ever. Do you think the gold iPhone 6 clashes with her indigo aura?
I was gonna say, hey, Mully, is Mully there? Can you hear me? That was a fucking. Oh, sorry for saying. That's a solid trade. I just looked at AUD USD, like 4 hours on his side for top 4 hour support and everything. Bro, that was a solid trade, bro.
Tell him to read Trading in the Zone.
Play, I think we're just gonna be, I think this is a more of a planning session tonight for me personally. That's what I'm thinking, is just I'm gonna plan for London, see how this daily candle sets up, if we establish a high, where the low is established, kind of see how we set up for London on these 4 hour candles. Usually looks like it could be buys. Again, do we have the volume to get there? That is our potential issue. I think if you're buying here, you need your stop loss under support, which would be here, or under the wick here, maybe just under this support here, so you don't get caught in any kind of Asian fuckery on the way up if it goes up. That's what I would say. I think if anything, AUD looks like it's moving pretty well. So AUD USD, maybe AUD JPY. We'll see how they set up. See if we can get. We need some volume up, and we need a high established, because we're still just kind of ranging. We need to establish a high, and then we need to make that support for a higher low, and then we can do something. Otherwise, it's just a hangout. Watch some paint dry. What book do I recommend? Lots of books. There's a bunch of good books. Top of my head, can't think of any off the top of my head. I mean, motivational videos are good. I like them on YouTube. Listen to like 1 or 2, maybe 3 a week, something like that. And then honestly, any audiobook that is like any sort of self-help, mental help, discipline, mindset, psychology, I like the life stories where it kind of tells like struggles people go through. Those I like those ones a lot. So I think David Goggins was one I listened to. That one is really good. Definitely makes you feel like a big PUSSY, because he went through some shit. And then you're like, man, my toe hurts, I can't go to work today. And he ran miles on 2 broken legs. So, but it was a really good book. I would say just find a book you like that is maybe closely related to some sort of psychology, mindset, mental something. Maybe it's a good motivational story. I think that would be a good start.
Paul, do you plan on trading London Open? Have you been trading London Open? I didn't know you do. Oh, nice. Did you trade yesterday, London Open? Yeah. Yeah, I saw that. I did too. I just had a buy stop there, and man, I called like 30 plus pips. That was so quick. Yeah. Yeah, that was awesome.
What's with the music? What's with your name? That's the real question. You don't like the music? There's this really, really fancy trick you can do if you don't like the music. So you go up to your YouTube, right? I'll pull up my screen and I'll show you. It's a super cool trick. I don't know if you know about it. All right, so we're gonna watch this ad, and I'm gonna show you this super dope trick that nobody knows about, and it's gonna blow your mind. If you don't like the music, so this little thing here, you just go boom, and then you don't have to hear anything. You can just look at my pretty face. You can look at the screen. Bam. If that's not good enough, this next one, like, this is super low key. Don't tell anyone. You go up to your browser, right? You see this little X? You go, boom, fuck trading with Paul, I'm out. And then you go do whatever the hell you want because we really don't care. So if you don't like the music, that it would be my suggestion.
I was gonna say, have
Gotta
you
be
took,
hipster, mom. It's gotta be hipster, mom. It's the only song I like. Hell yeah.
nothing. I was saying, I was just taking a look NZD-CHF for any sort of possible setup, and I was looking like this is kind of this kind of a far show, but I was looking at some sort of sell on NZD-CHF. I know the 4-hour kind of tapped into this support down here. It kind of had a hard rejection up, which is one of the things that's going against me. But the hourly is coming up to a resistance, and as of right now, it's been kind of creating lower highs and continuing in this downtrend. So I'm hoping with the Asian opening we get some sort of confirmation, like a 30-minute or a 50-minute, for it to continue heading down and kind of fill lower. But we'll see what happens by the time it sets up for Asian open.
Alright, so Gerz, got a plan for NC. You want the 30-minute? That work?
We can go from like the 4-hour and like and down quickly, just to show what I mean. So 4-hour, I had a kind of tap off this support down here. So it did have a hard rejection. That's the only thing. That's one of the things that's going against me. But then if you drop down to like the 1 hour, real quick.
1 hour.
So we've been in a downtrend this whole time, and we haven't kind of broken any high. It's finally coming up to a resistance. So I want to see what happens right here, or right here. And look for some sort of confirmation on like a 30-minute or hourly for it to set up to continue coming down and fill this wick possibly.
I like it.
So I would need some sort of a stronger confirmation though, like a 30-minute or something like that.
Yeah, so if we get a bearish one in here somewhere,
yeah,
that'd be probably pretty solid.
I would even like if it breaks above this minor resistance, which is also above this, and then closes bearish.
Yeah, like
that'd
right
be even
here.
better for me.
Yeah. I like that. Yep. Yeah, I hope the internet is fixed. I had technician out here Tuesday, and then we had issues on the stream Wednesday, Thursday still. Thursday, I don't even know if we did a stream because it was so messed up. Then I had another technician here Friday, and I did a little Call of Duty stream over the weekend, and it seemed okay. I think we're okay right now still too. So hopefully we're good. Hopefully we're good. Thank you for the subs. I missed who did it last, but appreciate it. If you like the stream, sure to like and subscribe. You're new to Forex, Currency strength meter, good to keep in mind. I don't use it. I don't think you need it, but I don't see why you can't look at it and then maybe try to see if it makes sense with what the price action's telling you. But if it's not making any sense with price action, I would say just forget it and focus on the price action. Uncle Ted sent you here. Okay, interesting. Thank you, Desert Fox. Appreciate you coming in. Yusuf just made a YouTube video on FTMO. You can go check that out. Yeah, it should be the featured video. And Gerzat and I will have one out again in 2 weeks with more information.
The next video.
Sorry, carry on.
I was gonna say the next video will be more actually going into depth in like the trades and the statistics. This first one was just for introduction. But go ahead.
Well, I was just gonna say, if you bring up gold, you can see it's just gone and hit 1917 and then rejected on the 15 minute.
Yeah, you gotta ask Paul that. He has the control.
I was just talking about gold, Paul. Yeah, please, man. It just on the 15 minute, it just tapped 1917 and then it's rejecting back down now.
Is that a good level? I haven't looked at gold.
Yeah, so earlier on in the session today, Ted pointed out that 1917 and 1912 was like an area where price could jump around a little bit. But
okay.
yeah, I mean that was his.
I see that.
That was yeah, exactly. So that's now a resistance.
Support. Yeah, so if we can go bearish there, that would be beautiful resistance because we had really strong support. Every time we came here, we had monster bullish candles that just ripped us out of this area. So I think, yeah, if we get resistance now forming here, we kind of got some nice candles to come down. 30 minutes a little messy, but it looks like it's just really weak going up midday. And if we go bearish, we should probably fall back to support and maybe fall into the lows of the 4 hour and the higher time frame.
Yeah, 100%.
But yeah, I think that looks solid. If we get that bearish candle, that makes a ton of sense. Maybe first target here, just so we don't get support here and then have to deal with any drawdown. So maybe you take it down to support. Or I think a better trade would be we kind of come down to it, maybe we dance a little bit, and then we get underneath here. We pull away from these levels here, and then we pull back to it with this low established, and then we take it back to the low. I think that would be a good selling point there.
Can I just ask how you would take your entries on that? Would you wait for like 15-minute candle closes, or would it all be impulse? Because you know sometimes when gold moves, I mean most of the times it moves so fast, man. So
yeah, so I don't trade gold. So with what I do is I would wait for price to come down. 15-minute, 30-minute. The way I like to see is if the 15 minutes moving nice and clean, then the 15 minutes is good enough for me. If the 15 minutes kind of dancing and flipping bullish, bearish every other candle, then I'm just going to wait on the 30-minute. I would just wait for price to come create a new low underneath support here and create that kind of like lower low and then make a lower high. And then once we close bearish, 15 or 30-minute, it depends on how it's moving, I would enter there, stops above resistance, and take it to the support, maybe leave a runner to continue.
All right, yeah.
But if it does just break lows and it doesn't give any entry, like if it just like pumps out one of these, then there's just no trade for me, kind of thing.
Yeah, that's the thing. I mean, I don't want to miss those, man. Like, that's the hardest part of trading with gold, because they do just do that, you know. But
I would say if it starts ripping underneath like an hourly candle, maybe that would be a good place for an impulse entry, is a break of an hour. So like if we start like maybe ripping through under here, maybe something there, but then again, like you're trading right into that potential support. So maybe this is the high, we get a higher low, and then we go back up, and then you sit through some pointless drawdown. I think if it rips down and you miss it, just it's gonna pull back. I mean, if we look through previous times, there's plenty of opportunities where it does set up, you know what I mean, and give you that close and then give you the entry. So I think if Asian does just rip and there's no entry, it's Asian session, that's okay. You're better off missing it than taking a dumb trade. But if we rip down and then we pull up and we make resistance, I think that would be a solid trade. For impulse, I don't have any impulse suggestion right now, just because the way it's set up, there's just not enough information for me personally, especially since I don't trade gold, to make a decision on where a good impulse would be. I think if we kind of create a little range and we bounce around, maybe put that impulse underneath the support of the range. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I agree. I think if you're going to take an impulse, you'd need to watch for some sort of consolidation to happen. As you say, bounce around in a range for a bit of time, and then when it finally breaks out below that support or breaks above, yeah, then you catch the breakout.
Exactly.
I struggled so long, and it's because I was focusing on impulse entries. The month that I started just focusing on candle closes is when I started breaking even, and like my trading has just gotten way better. Like my results have gotten way better, because I remember like from like April until like June, like the second week of July, like I was just trading impulse entries, because Raja was doing it and stuff like that, and but I wasn't, I wasn't, I'm still learning, I'm a new trader, and so, oh my gosh, I'm so glad that I'm not focusing on it anymore, because it's helped my trading tremendously.
Yeah, I think there's just a time and a place for it. If price is trending down really nice, there's no need for an impulse one. If it's ranging really, really long and hard in a big range, that breakout might be worth it, because that's going to be a nasty breakout on like GJ or gold, those aggressive pairs. But I think if it's just trending higher highs, higher lows, or vice versa, just wait for the close. And if it's ranging really hard, maybe some pendings above, pendings below, and catch the breakout. Preferably with the trend is where you would want to put the pending. But yeah, I really like closes as well, but I do think there's a time and a place for impulse. Just like anything in life, there's a time and a place.
Yeah, and you can't. Yeah, it's kind of hard to like plan like an impulse, like plan it like hours before. It's just like if it's consolidating and it's like high volume time, then like that's like the best time I think to take an impulse. Like any other time, just kind of want to avoid it, right? You just want to trade like around opens. Yeah. Like.
My bias here on GJ, I still think we're bearish. We could go bullish for this Asian session, but like I said earlier a couple times already, I'll say it again just in case you missed it and you're just tuning in. I had a pretty good morning, so I'm not in any hurry to jump in a trade right now. I'm more in I want to see where this 4 hour goes, how it closes, and then how the next 4 hours sets up to kind of establish. I'm assuming it looks like we're going to try and establish the top wick of the daily, the top wick, yes, of the daily candle. But we also have JPY holiday, so it could be a little rangy and we might not get a super clear idea of where the high or where the low is going to be. So if we're going to push up, I want to see where we establish that high on the daily candle, aka wherever we make some 30-minute or 1 hour resistance is where I would expect that high to be. And then I want to see how London reacts near that. Or if we come down to here, I want to see how Asian reacts down here, and that would kind of be the low of the daily candle for now. And then see where London, see where Asian dwindles into London, and see how that daily candle kind of finishes setting up. Is kind of what I'm looking to see. I'm not looking to trade right now for Asian, just looking to kind of watch how the daily sets up, where these 4 hours go, where we kind of form supports, where we form resistances, and then see where we go coming into London Open with some volume to see where GJ goes. I think it's going to come down and push this candle here. That's my opinion. but I think we could have potential issue right here. I think we could see an issue here as we had resistance pretty good, broke above, created some support, and we came back above. I think we could be coming down into this area. If we get underneath here, I definitely think we're tapping into these 132 100 132 even lows. There's that. Calm down. Alright, Daniel. Okay, I missed your guys' charts. My bad, my bad. If you sent charts and I missed it, let's get to some charts.
This is when I started dying. Do it. I don't see you on stream. Boy, if you kick me, I'm gonna go off in gulag.
Okay, anyways. Alright, simple setup. Looks like your trade's already over with. Looks like it was very good. Believe it was a winner. I don't know where you got in exactly. Looks like you actually might have got stopped out, but I don't know where you got in. You didn't get stopped out. I think that was a solid trade. Yeah, I just don't know where you got in. This doesn't really tell me much. There's no information on there. So if you want to resend it, put some analysis on it, I think that would be a much better chart for us to look at. Got AUD USD. Yep, exactly. Wait for a higher low, aka some support, and then take it back up to the high that is established. Perfect. Exactly what I would be thinking.
I got a question, and this can be a question for you or like the stream itself. You know AUD and NZD, right? Do they typically move opposite to each other? I haven't watched both pairs enough to realize. Chat. Yeah, because I'm pretty sure I believe so, but chat, could you let me know real quick? You guys know if you focus on those pairs.
Yeah, Daniel. That's if I'm trading, that's what I'm looking for. Joe Quinn. Again, hopefully I said that right. Clean traffic, big wick might be filled. Yes, we need the volume to fill it, but I think that's solid. Making higher lows, clear, making higher high. If we break, might take a buy. I think that's possible. I think that's a solid idea, but then for me, I think a safe stop is under your support down here, because we don't have a support established up here, and we have clean candles, so we could fall right back into this support. So that's what I would say, is maybe put your stop under the support down here, unless we get bearish candles and then we make another support, and you can put it under that support. That's what I think be best for GJ right now, especially for Asian session. Desert Fox, who wants a pat on the back? I don't know what you're talking about. Yep, yeah, you're welcome. You got stopped out? Okay, gotcha. It looked like you just kind of entered a trade when there was no volume simple setup. I think it looked like volume came in, stopped you out, continued in your direction. I think that's what it looked like, what happened. GJ, until we close bullish. But we also got to remember, GJ likes to kind of stay in the range. So now we're at possibly the top of the range. We're getting close to Tokyo Open. We could see a little fluctuation. Some wicks we don't want to see. I think your support, a good support would be here. But then is your risk to reward going to be worth it is the question. I think if you were buying, you needed to buy on this guy here. Or maybe down here. But then I believe that was not. This one should have been in session and been good to take. But these ones would have been a no-no. I think this would have been your buy if you were going to take it. At this point, you need to be risk-free and have taken something off the table. In case Asian open brings us back down to the bottom of the range. So just be careful with that.
The safer bet for Asian is buyer support or seller resistance.
Yep, exactly. So for Asian, typically, kind of want to just anticipate trading the range. So once you get to the top at resistance, wait for that bearish candle, take it down to the bottom of the range, or vice versa. Once it gets to the bottom, wait for support, take it to the top. That's typically the play for Asian. But again, if you caught buys from here, those were nice up to there. And that was a nice trade. But right now, I think this is just all a waiting game.
Okay, I'm heading out. You guys have a good evening. You guys have a good evening. I'll see you guys maybe tomorrow morning.
Peace out, Dorian.
Take your job. No overtraining.
Yep. And ZDCHF is coming into the resistance and kind of dying out.
Looks like it, yeah.
Yeah,
I think that'll be a really solid one. If you get a nice bearish close, I think that could be real solid.
If I don't get a nice bearish close, another sort of setup that I do possibly see is hopefully makes a hourly top wick burst, but if it breaks this low, and it would be stop loss above here or the new top wick to take a at least down to the bottom, which is 1-to-1, or to do wick fill. I'll let you guys know, chat, what I'm thinking as it sets up. And the reason why I'm also looking at NZDCHF sells more than buys is because the volume in Asian is not as consistent, and I don't 100% know if it's gonna break these multiple minor resistance that's coming up into. I'd rather play safe and go with the trend, which is down.
Are you not worried about the 6976 area, where there's been a few wicks acting as support and a few having resistance?
Could you just could you just draw it out so it's easy?
Can I? Yeah, do I have the ability to do that?
Yeah, you can annotate.
If you go view options and click annotate.
Yep, you can annotate.
Thanks. Okay, yes. So if I draw, I think this is a horizontal line here. So this area here, you can see, sorry, I'm trying to pull that down. But there's wicks where it was previously support, as you can see here, and then it turned into a resistance zone. So I'd be conscious of that area as well.
Yeah, like this area?
Yeah, we have drawn these green lines like this zone.
Yeah, for me, the reason why I'm not focusing too much on that is I do see it, like this kind of created like the new resistance, but I'm mainly going with the trend. So that was a support, came up, came down, that kind of zone was the resistance, right?
Yeah.
And then it continued down. Now you're saying we closed above, and then it may tap into it to continue heading further up. That's what you're saying, right?
No, yeah. So that's what I mean. Yeah, if it would be good for bars if it bounced off that. But if you're going down, I would take a sell after it closed below this wick on this candle.
Yeah. Yeah. It's also the only thing with that is I understand what you mean, that it can kind of bounce off that. But it's NZD CHF has been such a downtrend that I don't want to just risk going against it. So rather just stay with it. And if you look at the hourly, I think hourly is a bit more clear. It has a more clean traffic on the hourly compared to the 30-minute. So hourly is, my idea is this. In a sense, if you're on even pace safer, this hourly, okay, yeah, I closed above this hold support now resistance. You're saying, if the new hourly with Asian opening comes down, let me clear that, comes down and breaks a low, this would kind of indicate a fake out, and then it'll come down to at least 2 bottom of the range, which is at least 1 to 1, and then to fill the wick is like 1 to 3, I think so, or 1 to 4.
How do I delete what I've drawn? Is there a way?
I can do it.
Oh yeah, thanks. Okay, thank you. Cheers, guys. Thanks.
Yep. So my counter argument would be this zone here that you're talking about was erased when price moved through it, like it wasn't there 2 times, 3 times.
Yeah, I agree with that. I thought about that, but if you see on those bullish wicks that started forming earlier on, those 2 wicks there tapped into it. Yeah, exactly where you're. So they just started jumping down from there. You know, they hit it, rejected down, hit it, rejected down, and then finally broke through. So I just thought maybe it's still relevant given that it happened on those 2 30-minute.
It could be, but the way I look at it is we're bullish the whole way. So there was no reaction that occurred, because if there was, we would have made a lower low or closed bearish, but we didn't. So whatever reaction was here is not here, and we should ideally come test the low, is what I'm thinking.
Fair enough.
And I'm also just looking at this just as like a general zone, not like necessarily this and then this whole area. I'm looking at it all together in a way as a general zone where it's tapping off of.
Plus, if you consistently trade clean candles like that, you're gonna get pretty consistent results. I'm sure occasionally that wick or whatever wick like that might be a factor, but I think the fact that we're in a downtrend, resistance is gonna be much more valid than that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, definitely. Okay, thanks, guys. I agree. Thanks.
Yep. I mean, I think it can go both ways, but I think just more so with the trend is going to be just better in general for whatever we would decide to do. Even if we did go bullish here, I think we let it push up and then come back to really confirm that we got some movement and some strength to give us momentum up.
Yeah, if it goes bullish, I'm not taking anything. We'll just let it run. Because it's hard to...
Tokyo open in 8 minutes, guys.
With Asian, it's like it doesn't have a volume for like 2-3 hours like consistently. It would be like sometimes like you don't know. Sometimes in Asian, okay, it burst up when the Asian open. Sometimes it's like, oh, I'm gonna just chill right here, and then the next day, burst down. Oh, I'm gonna just chill right here. It's like there's no consistency. I need some sort of consistency. I can't just say, okay, we're gonna have Asian volume and then no Asian volume comes.
Yep, we did that for 6 weeks straight. I will not do that again. It's going to tell me it has volume first. And if we get a nice engulfing 30-minute close, I think that's solid. Put your stops above and then take it to the low. I think that'd be a solid plan. DJ, what do we got on? Why is it so slow? Yo, watch the internet issues be back again while I'm freaking streaming like usual. Fire the crap out of Spectrum. No, you don't need to trade bigger time frames. It's all preference. If you're going to trade bigger time frames, you're probably going to be doing more so swing trades. You can trade the 1 minute, you can trade the 5. I know people who trade the 5 minute consistently and they kick ass on it. So that is a opinionated statement, not a fact.
We had someone in here trading the 1 minute. Crazy.
Yeah, we
I
got
don't know how he did it.
What? I can't remember who it is. Frankie. It's Frankie boy. He trades the 1 minute and he kills it every time. I think the time frame you trade should be relevant to the volume in the market during that session. So let's say we have 15-minute candles pumping 20, 30 pips. Maybe that day we need to look at the 5 minute or the 15-minute and just be okay with a big stop. But if we have a day where we have 30-minute 1 hour candles pushing 8 to 10 pips, then maybe the hourly is where we want to be. We got some good higher time frame confirmation, and the hourlies aren't moving super good, so we can have a reasonable stop loss. So I think your time frame, it's going to be the same thing on every time frame. I think it just trade the trend and trade the time frame relevant to the volume in the market that day. So if we got really big monster 15-minute, 30-minute candles, maybe you got to be on the 5 minute and the 15 minute for that session. If it's slower, then maybe you can get on the 30 minute and the 1 hour. Most days, 15 and 30 minute are reasonable enough for good stop losses. Some days they aren't, and that's okay. Some days it just takes off. There is no trade because it's moving way too quick, and you don't want to just jump in randomly with no plan and no confirmations. But I mean, there's plenty and plenty of days where there's solid confirmation on a good time frame, good stop loss, good target. You just gotta wait for it. What up, Rabbi? How's it going, bro? Yeah, if it's not worth it to trade Asian, then I would say just maybe check it out, plan it for London and New York, see where the high of the daily sets up, the low of the daily, and see where you can get a potential good idea to play out in those longer, or not longer, but the higher time frame sessions.
I think Asian also favors swing trading a lot if someone is looking into that.
Yeah, I agree. It does work better for swing trading, but we traded twice last week and we won both of them.
Yeah.
So I mean, I think the opportunity's there. It's not there every day. Does my plan change based on volatility? Nope. My plan will be exactly the same. The only thing that would change is the time frame I'm entering on, and stuff like that. That's about it. It's pretty much the only thing that would trade is the time frame. But it's always going to be higher highs, higher lows. I'm looking to enter buys at the higher lows, and then downtrend. Lower low, lower high. I want to get sells into the lower high, and always preferably with the trend if I can. Like this morning on GJ buys, I caught this felt against the trend. So once this NYSE opened, closed above here, I took a buy, put my stops under support, took the buy up about halfway, and I just kind of closed and took what I could, managed it. As soon as we broke above here, I entered here, it made this bottom wick. As soon as we broke that high, I went break even right away, just because it felt counter trend. So it was either going to go in my direction really nicely, and it did, or it was going to come back into the range and stop me out, and then whatever. And I just had a small win day. But this counter trend just managed it a lot better. And this was one of those examples where I was able to get a it just felt against the trend of the day, the session at least. So I just got in, got out, took what I could, kind of thing. But preferably besides these kind of scenarios, when it's just ranging and then it breaks to the top, then that is the opportunity for the counter trend move. But preferably always with the trend. You notice GJ did close I mean, it barely closed above, but we've been stuck here for 30 minutes and we literally haven't gone anywhere yet. So might be a sign that we're going to stay in the range. Yep, I think that's good.
Well, I heard this dude named Schrodinger put cats inside a box. Someone please call PETA. That's quite unorthodox. Is the Heisenberg uncertainty principle all in effect? Zombie cats, both alive and dead, well, what did you expect? When deciphering the binary, the waveform goes away. If you measure probability of specific quantum states, you can't know a priori how an atom might behave. Yet through this observation, the universe is changed. What? I've never seen a cat like that. Schrodinger, I'm sorry, but you might get slapped. Well, you won't get slapped at the very same time. Why can't you make up your mind? Micro to macro, classical to quantum. Superpositions? I think we have a problem. When we check on the cat, is he alive or dead? You say both, but now you're messing with my head. The multiverse has got me down. How can I be in the woods while I'm also downtown? And don't say Central Park, I mean a place where I can catch Pokemon after dark. Two answers at once, that's the haps. Like Kellyanne Conway's alternative facts. Alive while I'm dead, Schrodinger said it. Many possible worlds, you can go ask Hugh Everett. A future state like being asleep while at a chain smoker show. Wait, that happens constantly. Hold on, the possibilities are ample. Let me think about it, I can find a new example. Shaggy asked how magnets work. Unpaired electrons, don't feel like a jerk. 7 million records sold, that's a lot, ICP. While juggalos are criticized for lacking PhDs. And how can Twisted keep dissing Violent J when he hooked them up? That's not okay. On FagoLovers.net, I press refresh. On Hot 97, just getting upset. He's like, Tech Nine's a boy, but we paved the way. Blase Rose got dropped, I don't know what to say. And by the way, I saw Twisted at Webster Hall. A fight broke out, and the lights went on. You can't Dan Hatchet Men, Jamie and Paul. Why'd you have 7 openers that night after all? So what is a juggalo? I don't know. I left with a really sad feeling that show. Coming home, my girlfriend called me on the phone. She said packages were stolen from the lobby. I'm like, yo, we called the cops and described the box. 1 minute it was there, then 1 minute it was not. I'm like, oh my god, it's like Schrodinger's cat. The cops like, what? I'm like, imagine that. Okay, maybe I think I might be getting off track. In a song about quantum physics and cats. My point is that a deterministic vision might limit your view and be a prison. While the probability that this verse is too long is 100%, so let's finish this song. I've never seen a cat like that. Schrodinger, I'm sorry, but you might get slapped. Well, you won't get slapped at the very same time. Why can't you make up your mind? Micro to macro, classical to quantum. Superpositions? I think we have a problem. When we check on the cat, is he alive or dead? You say both, but now you're messing with my head. I've never seen a cat like that. Schrodinger, I'm sorry, but you might get slapped. Well, you won't get slapped at the very same time. Why can't you make up your mind? Micro to macro, classical to quantum. Superpositions? I think we have a problem. When we check on the cat, is he alive or dead? You say both, but now you're messing with my head.
Creative mind frame out here reminds you to back your data up. Like when everybody freaked out when 99 turned to 2000. Yo, your camera hit a flash, yeah. You're bad, yeah. Put the pictures in the stash, yeah. They red, yeah. Till your phone done crash, yeah. You're mad, yeah. Like you about to spend some cash, yeah. You're sad, yeah. Your computer almost crashed, yeah. It's bad, yeah. And you spending more stacks, yeah. It's trash, yeah. It's a big time killer, yeah. No video when you go more booty though. Man, it's so stupid though. Got them flash drives and now you're mad hype. Let it be understood, it gon' be alright. My game going hard, yeah. Oh my lord, yeah. I got 5 backups, it's all stored, yeah. You can do these tricks with the USB sticks. One's for the photos and one's for the flicks. It seems funny, yeah. Ain't cost much money, yeah. Got a whole drawer full for about 100, yeah. Them pictures looking good, better back that data. Got a big old hard drive, back that data. It's all duplicated when you back that data.
So for NZDCHF chat, it did close bearish, but it's a weak confirmation, and the previous hourly is still bullish. So 2 things you can do is either wait for the low to break. Once it breaks the low, stop loss above, and you can take it down to the bottom of the support, or you can just wait for the hourly to break an hourly low. Those similar two suggestions, because this I don't think is a strong enough confirmation alone. It's kind of like a doji close. Either wait for a low to break, a 30-minute or hourly low to break, and then look for a trade then, because the stop loss even on the hourly is still solid. I think it's 6 pips or something like that. So that's my suggestion on NZDCHF.
Yeah, no, the NC is Gerjad's trade. I am just planning for London and pre-NY is what I'm waiting to see on GJ. I want to see how this 4-hour closes. Give me some more information on where the daily could go. See how we react up in this wick and at this level here is kind of what I want to see.
Yeah, and for the NC trade, it wasn't a strong enough confirmation for me on the 30 minutes, so nothing was taken as of right now. Just holding off and seeing what happens to the 30-minute.
Yeah, I think if we get a good bearish close on the 30-minute again, maybe even the 15-minute, if it closes stronger bearish, I think that's good. Put your stops above resistance, take it to support, and you got clean candles coming down.
Yeah.
Otherwise, if we close bullish, then it's going to have made support, and price should try to push up. But then you need to look left, and we got some garbage we're coming into. So maybe buys are not the move right now.
Yeah, for me, I'm not taking any buys.
Sergio, was NZD CHF a good pair for beginners? I've never traded it, so I don't know. It looks solid from what I'm looking at right now. It looks pretty good. Timeframe seem to move pretty well. They trend really well.
I would say even I think like UJ is like one of a good pair for a beginner.
Yeah, UJ is pretty good
because it doesn't move like super aggressively. So it's not like something like will kind of like screw you over or anything like that.
Yeah, I think you just gotta be careful because with the USD,
yeah,
sometimes that can be real wild. Sometimes, like this morning.
Checks when I know nothing about fashion. I swear there's something you lack and that I know how to supply. We ain't even gotta talk, I see it all in your eyes. So don't you worry that I'm worried when you read in the mood. Said I'm just happy that I'm back to really feeling this good, I swear. Ain't no telling what we gon' do. I'm just trying to love you. So come and spend the night, let me treat you right, baby, baby. Because ain't no question what we want to. Let me be the one to do this thing together. Ain't nobody do it better than you. Yeah, sipping wine that's quadruple my age. With a girl that's got me feeling this unusual way. Giving up private shows leads to where the private show I would go. Risk it all earlier if I knew just how those eyes would roll. See you either getting dirty or dusty. And I'm trying to be a man that you see worthy of trust and know that you're moving. And we ain't got the time to invest in something real, but for some reason I try nonetheless. Guess that's my intuition mixing with the liquor and some wishful thinking. You smiling at me as the crystal clinking. Pouring a different drink when listening to old school rap. And you know every word to all that soul boom bap. So play that Mary J. Nah, there's no more rainy days. You prefer that 702 over them 808s. And yeah, you way too independent for some major deal. Mad when I take the bill and pay for meals. Ain't even gotta say it's real, cause I understand the value of time and place. She can tell I'm overthinking the way that I'm looking past her. So she turned my head toward her and she kissed my face and said I'm here right now. And baby, that's all that matters. And now she walking around my place with no clothes on. So draw the blinds, baby, we can put a show on. Just know that I won't be tripping no matter how we continue. Cause I'ma be great without you. Imagine how I'd be with you. I swear that there ain't no telling what we gon' do. I'm just trying to love you. So come and spend the night, let me treat you right, baby, baby. Because ain't no question what we want to. Let me be the one to do this thing together. Ain't nobody do it better than you. Ain't no telling what we gon' do. I'm just trying to love you. So come and spend the night, let me treat you right, baby, baby. Because ain't no question what we want to. Let me be the one.
Is Fibonacci tool relevant in Forex trading? Yeah, I know some people who do really well using it. I don't use it, but I believe what's his name, Liam Capital, LTM Capital. He uses it and he does really well with it. So I think it's just a matter of perspective, and if you think that's something you need or want to do, if it is, figure out how to use it and how to have it benefit you would be the approach.
my dragons. My brother tried to sell me to Khal Drogo, look what happened. A bit hot-headed with that molten golden crown. I stopped the Khalasar, so don't be messing with me now. Look my lover in the eye, winter's coming, so am I. I burned the witch alive, it took my son and husband's lives. But I survived so frisky, now these dragons have my back. Suitors are so frisky and they always try to mac. Zara, Zoe, and Daxos had to lock him in a vault. Made my way to Slaver's Bay, but it was not my fault. It was karmic retribution. There was no preparing them.
I think that's solid. Yes. I think that's a good target, but
unsullied behind me, like I'm Luminati. It's the mother of dragons with my gigantic army. We be marching to Marine, but no, we didn't come to party. Cause they crucified the slaves and put them on the cross. Sir Jorah, please get lost. I know you think I'm hot. My schedule's kinda busy, got no time for Perrier. White girl politicking, that's Daenerys Palin. From Dorne to the Stormlands, the north and beyond. To the Westlands and Essos, I'm keeping it strong. From the Crownlands to the Reach, you know I'm getting love. To the Riverlands and back because I've got that dragon blood. So follow, more clueless, I thought that you knew this. But dragons aren't people, you know we've been through this. I'm quick to burn a hater, no mercy, damagers, smacking kings in the face like my name was Cersei Lannister. Burn, burn, you should gonna burn. 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 I got dragon blood, what you wanna do, son? I got dragon blood, what you wanna do? I got dragon blood, what you wanna do, son? Cause I'm always going hard with my Dothraki crew. I got dragon blood, what you wanna do, son? I got dragon blood, what you wanna do? I got dragon blood, what you wanna do, son? Cause I'm always going hard with my Dothraki crew. I got burn, burn, you should gonna burn. I got burn, burn, you should gonna burn. I got burn, burn, you should gonna burn. Cause I'm always going hard with my Dothraki crew. I got burn, burn, you should gonna burn. I got burn, burn, you should gonna burn. I got burn, burn, you should gonna burn. Cause I'm always going hard with my Dothraki crew.
Yo, this song goes out to my Princess Peaches. Y'all know who you are. Yo, 1 year later, more better and more clever. Love for games is like diamonds, go on forever. Skipping and hopping it, my knowledge going and dropping it. It auto shift my soul, so I will never be stopping it. I slow it down so y'all can hear me turtle beaches. Dedicating this song to the gaming girls, my Princess Peaches. Girls with all the features, who's smarter than all the teachers. Give me a fever, she a pro. We can create some gifted creatures. I love all you ladies and I want my second player. In which planer will I find a girl who kills and sees slayers? That won't give me snake eyes if I'm holding eyes. I hold the temple down with the wrong.
If 15 closes above resistance, should you buy? Do you want to buy? Do you think it's a good enough trade? If you think it's a good enough trade, then yeah. Follow your plan, do you? I'm, like I said, planning, waiting, watching. That is my plan, my plan is to plan and watch. So if you like closing above there on the 15, put your stops under support, see what happens. But remember, it's Asian session. Are we going to have volume to leave this area and get up to another area? That's the question.
What you think, son? I was 5 years old when I saw that midsection. If it existed, I probably would have had a kid erection. Holla at these girls, but there ain't nothing to feed her. They can be relaying a peace craft, cause I always be their hero. She watch me when I rise and she catch me when I fall. When I die, she don't stall. She knows she gotta gather Dragon Balls. Either way, you know you got me. Lightning like Final Fantasy 13, girl, you really shocked me. Then she casts a cure, I have to keep her. She got the key to lock my heart deeper. And if I bop out, I hope she misses Geek. I love these girls so much, I even name my car Princess Peach. I'll be her memory card, so I can always save her. The more we're in, we can go over.
chat if you have any questions. I can answer them. I'll answer questions right now before I head out or the stream ends. From my NZDCHF trade, I'm still watching it, and if it continues up, it continues up. I sit on my hands. If it comes back down, I'll look for entry. Alright, man, I'm not answering your question. You're not allowed.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yes, I have a question about this one. So it's the AUDUSD that I was showing, possibly waiting for support. Now, does that week counts as a support and then buy as soon as this 30-minute is going above the close of the last 30-minute?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, no. I was just saying yeah to like make
okay.
sure.
Okay.
So for my personal opinion, I've tried to use Wix as supports before when it taps it, and for me it didn't work out just because the way I was trading. But in this specific scenario, see, did it come down and break the low first?
Yes, it did.
Yes. So this is also one thing that I noticed a lot. It's done on a 30-minute. We call this like the rocket ship kind of candle. Usually when it breaks a low and then breaks the high, there's good volume to the opposite side of the trade. And I've seen it consistently on like the 30-minute and like 1 hour, not 15-minute for me. So that could have been one thing that you looked at. See how it broke the low first? Because if it broke the low, there was no reason for it to come back up and break the high. And the fact that it did is that it should have a good bound to continue.
Yeah, that's why I actually didn't take it, because I was just not 100% sure.
Yeah, and worst case, even if you didn't take it, there's many more opportunities. But in this case, I do see where you could have, like, where there was a possibility of entry because it broke the low first and then broke the high. But on the wick, on your question of the wick, if I count that as sometimes a support, for me personally, no, because it hasn't worked. Like I've seen people where they use what kind of wicks, wicks to pass wicks. So wicks to support. We use wicks as support. Sorry.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
But that where's AUD USD now? Did it continue in that direction?
Yeah, about 6 pips in profit if you entered on like as soon as yeah. Well, it got to 6 pips. It's kind of drawing down now. We're rejecting.
Yeah, let me pull up the chart too, so we'll see.
But so I think it might continue. I don't know, at least to.
So my thing is, if we were in this trade and we were paper trading, we'll just have it set up for. So let's say if we got in at the break of the 30-minute, right, and the stop loss was under the bottom wick they created. Well, let's see what happens by the end of the 4 hour. I would say a possible target when you drop down to lower time frames, there's a minor support which can be a new resistance at 72414, which I think that's where it will lead to around that zone somewhere. And which will be, we'll see, if you take, let's see if it was
on the 15
yeah, so it would have been a 5.4 stop loss, and you said it's already 6 pips up.
Yeah, if you got in like as soon as it was breaking the close of the last 30. Yeah, it was a good, but I just wasn't sure 100%.
Yeah, so that would have been 1-to-1, but if the near the 15-minute zone I see, it's roughly around like 8 to 10 pips. So that is a target. We'll see by the end of this hour where it goes.
Yeah.
Why do pigs fly, Iron Man? Why do chickens cross the road? Yes, OVT, I did pass my FTMO. I caught the bull bump on the last 15-minute count on EJ.
Did we do Sean's chart? Did anyone do Sean's chart?
No, I can't pull it up. Only you can. Oh no, I didn't. I didn't even notice he sent it.
Hi Sean, got your chart if you're here. If you're away, this is the part of the video. We got your chart up. EJ looking like No trade zone, beautiful. I agree. It's not doing anything. Need to see some sort of high created, higher low, take a buy, lower low, lower high, take a sell. Target makes sense. Target makes sense. Wick fill, possible first target, and then clean traffic up. I think that looks beautiful. I think London will set that up real nice for you on those levels. So I would be conscious of how the price reacts near those levels throughout Asian, and where we're setting up near London Open once that volume comes in, and see how it goes on there.
Also, the gentleman I was talking about, the AUD USC trade, and I was talking about the rocket ship candles. Those were I tend to look for those more in a high volatile session, so because that's showing that there's a good amount of momentum. So if you see that in like New York or London, keep an eye out for those.
Okay.
Asian, obviously Asian is possible, but I just don't know how consistent Asian volume is.
Yeah. Thank you.
Iron Man said to get eaten. I like that. And if someone was still paying attention to NZD CHF trade and they did take a buy, I know I was against it all the time, but it kind of broke the previous 30-minute high, and now it's pulling back. There's not clean traffic to the left, so that might be one thing to note to possibly manage. Obviously, it can still continue, but I'm still looking for some sort of sells possibly. And is it 30-minute closing? 10 minutes, okay.
Looks like we're pulling back, and it looks like I think we're going to be staying in this range here on GJ.
Yeah, it might just be a low volume session.
Yep.
I mean, when it broke,
looks good, Sean. Exactly, perfect. Just wait. I think London or New York will set that up real nice for you. What are you saying, Gers?
when he broke this high and then he has this wick to fill, if this was a good volume session, it should have at least filled it halfway, or like moved up more than it did.
Yeah, it should have moved up more than freaking 2 pips, 3 pips.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
The fact that it did this, it's concerning to me. You never know where the markets it can continue, but my suggestion is if someone did take the buy, manage it, either reduce your risk or close your position fully. Obviously, you can do whatever you want with the trades, but I would say keep an eye on it and manage it heavily.
Yeah, EJ is literally just doing nothing.
I mean, we also had a ton of volume in New York session and London session both, right?
New York ranged on GJ. NYSE gave us one blast up, 160 pip pop, and then we came back into the range, and we just kind of been dwindling since then.
What's the 4 look like? So the 4 is in a range itself, maybe.
4 hours actually not ranging. It's just not moving great.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like, see how we're just... These candles are tiny. They're not really going anywhere yet.
I see.
So...
I think that I shall never see. My cataracts are blinding me.
I think if anything's going to have a trade, it's going to be one of these AUD pairs. Maybe NZD CHF. Honestly, that looks pretty good. If we come back and we close bearish on that 30-minute, that looks real solid, because then this hourly should fall back to hourly support down here. Potential wick fill.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking for, bro. We'll see.
I think that's solid.
So.
What's up, Jermaine? How's it going, bro? Welcome. Joe Quinn, we'll trade it till 8:30 Central Time, so we got another hour and 6 minutes and 30 seconds. I think on GJ, if we close bearish, I think we're just going to fall back to the bottom of the range. But and see if it's worth it. If we can get in up here, maybe say a 7 to 8 pip risk, 10, 12, maybe 15, 20 pip reward. Let's say 12 to be safe. Yeah, I think there's just better. I would rather this come here, make support, and then we take it back up, and maybe the trend, the window's up a little bit higher, and we catch a little extra pips and trying to take it down, because we are establishing these higher highs and higher lows. Just did make a high with the Tokyo Open, so maybe we make a higher low. We make support right on top of here. There's also pretty similar level. If we look left, we got resistance here, 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 here underneath, and then we broke above. So if we get support here again, maybe we go test this high, and then we kind of range out till London, or we just kind of keep dwindling up till London, and then we get volume, and then I think we'll come back to this low down here. Yeah, I think if anything, I think NZD-CHF looks good to come down. Plus we got heavy, okay, it's a speech, so it might not be too crazy. Yeah, we got some GBP news after London Open, so that'll be interesting to see how we respond to that.
I'm gonna see. I was looking for more of like a break below this 30, and it's kind of not doing much right now. Yeah, and then the hourly will flip, right? The only thing I'm watching out for now is also the 4-hour close is about to come. And sometimes I don't like getting stuck in a topic of 4-hour and getting worked out for no reason at all. So I'm just watching, and if I see it pick up in volume, and then it breaks like a low, I might take a quick entry. If it just doing its thing and casually closing, I'll see. But if I take a trade, I'll call it out. I'll call it out for sure.
Yeah, GJ's trying to close bearish. Looks like it might. And then we're still just stuck in this hourly range.
Just let me be blunt. My speech in the morning, nothing but grunts. With no coffee, that's as dangerous. On a scale from 1 to 10, I rank it that girl from Stranger Things. And if you get what I'm saying, my attitude be mad flagrant like I'm Draymond. But you ain't get the picture, BMP. So I'm gonna keep pushing on you, GNC. It's like, yeah, the first thing on my mind is when that hot coffee gonna seep into the coffee grind. It's like some magic's floating all in the air. Toss some ice cubes in my cup, it's a good day. All I gotta say is that it's starting in a good way. It's time for working, man, I don't even care. Just wake me up, don't let me down. Just give me coffee. Just wake me up, just wake me up, just wake me up, horses go first. Just wake me up, don't let me down. Give me coffee. Just wake me up, just wake me up, just wake me up, horses go first. Always start fresh, that's how it's gotta be. Everything starts back with your coffee bean. If it's cold brew, then it's gotta be coarse. Don't get the cart ahead of the horse, start learning the course. But of course you can disregard, and don't at me if it gets too hard. When it's my time to drink, man, it's always on hand. Drink from a cup or a bottle, even a can. You never know when you're craving a hit. It could be in the bathroom while you're taking a when that coffee hits my lips, it's a seance. Feeling real super with the cape on. Anything I'll take on. This cup of coffee, yeah, boy, this is the shit. Just wake me up, don't let me down. Just give me coffee. Just wake me up, just wake me up, just wake me up. Horses go first. Just wake me up, just wake me up, don't let me down. Give me coffee. Just wake me up, just wake me up, just wake me up. Horses go first. Third verse, so I guess that's where I talk about how we might be addicted in a roundabout kind of way, or how you say A dependency that's in my life, and I'm proud to say it's filling me with way more energy than I'll ever need, keeping me up for things I thought I'd never see. Time's gonna kill us all one day, whether old age, illness, or from listening to Coldplay. F that noise, wubba lub lub. Drink all the coffee, chug a lug lug. The day doesn't start till you're on your second cup. If they talk before then, homies better duck. It's 100% okay to start swinging in every single combo, unless you see I'm bringing a cup of Joe. Tell him bring some mo for your bro who made that coffee song. Or tell him go home. Just wake me up, don't let me down. Just give me coffee. Just wake me up, just wake me up, just wake me up, just wake me up. Just wake me up, just wake me up, don't let me down. Give me coffee. Just wake me up, just wake me up, just wake me up. Horses cold brew. Grab my girl again, bro, man, you thinking you slick? At first, man, my mom was in a stupor. It seems they ain't learned from that song Super Cooper Troopers. So I got up and sipped the Bloody Mary. Feeling very merry before
USD CHF.
Oh, that would have been perfect. I didn't do it. Ugh.
What happened?
I was gonna sell GJ and I didn't do it. Oh, good.
USD CHF is dumping. I took a small sell. It broke the previous hourly low. Super reduced risk.
Yeah, I was gonna risk $100 on this, but I think if we come down, I think we're gonna. Looks like we couldn't break out the top of the range, so I think we're gonna break through the bottom and fall back into this area down here.
Yeah, and I kept saying USD CHF, I meant NZD CHF.
Yeah, looks like that's trying to come down as well. Yeah.
Yeah, it all of a sudden got some sort of volume. So I took a small sell. Not the best. Actually, it was a pretty good entry. Never mind. I already broke the low. My stops is above the previous hourly high. So we'll see what happens.
Ivan, no. That is not true. My trading view looks exactly the same as my MT4.
Yeah, I do my analysis off a trading view.
Yep. Yep. Yeah, sells. I was thinking sells. It would have made sense. I didn't like it too much, so I guess it's good that I'm not in it. But I do think the hourly has good potential to break through here, which would flip our 4-hour and then start sending us back into this area down here. I think this wick is where we're going to start to see issue. We're going to see some reaction happen in here. As you look, we had resistance, came back underneath, came back into it, we had resistance here. So, and then we got this wick here. So I think this is where GJ can drop to. And I think from here, there's going to be an issue as long as we get underneath here and we don't just stay in this box up here. So if we leave this box, I think we're headed down into this area here. But again, if this is a good trade and it plays out, I don't think it's anything we missed. I think it just, we're going to have plenty of better opportunities to come in London as we see how this daily sets up.
Trump. Say nice things on the internet. Don't be like Donald Trump. Politics
Politics on Facebook can be so polarizing when friends and family start to post opinions so surprising. Don't enter in.
Yep. I mean, it's never happened to me, Yvonne, so I don't care. But if it's happened to somebody, I mean, that sucks. But Gerza, have you noticed any manipulation?
No, I strictly trade off of almost my analysis off of trading view because I still don't have MT4 on my laptop because I'm being lazy. So all.
Yep. Gotcha. Yeah, no, I haven't had any issues. If there was manipulation, I would have said it and made a big issue on Instagram because that would have been very annoying. But I've not had that happen yet, so.
And the funny part is, I just took a trade right now, NZD-CHF, called it out for everybody based off a trading view analysis. I know it was I quickly said it. I took a sell here at the end. I apologize for that because they started moving all of a sudden way before I thought. But there was still opportunity after I said it. They could still stay there, huddle there for 2 to 3 minutes. Based off of trading view, I literally just called everything out. That's where there was. I was like, what? They just started. Yeah. It literally just started dumping. I was like, what?
Lorraine had strong opinions on the Second Amendment, and anyone who disagreed with her, she unfriended. With every single click, she felt like a hero till she woke up one day and her friend count was 0.
Back in 04, there was a really mean blog written by girls who hated Katie's song.
Ivan, I believe they used to, but since they switched their servers, I think they're still working on everything right now. So right now, I've always been on FTMO broker though from the start.
Ivan, that's all on their website. You can just go to their website, and that'll answer all your questions. There's no point in just go look at the website. It's very, very obvious. I said we got start to finish videos. So right here, we're gonna cover start to finish. So go there, and that will answer some of the questions. The website will answer the rest, and the next video will answer more questions.
733 views, pretty good for the first
15 hours.
Yeah.
Not bad. Yeah, should be good. Yeah, so this 4 hour, and we'll see if this 4 hour closes bearish. That might be our lower high, and we might come test the low. I think that's very plausible with how we're moving at the moment. Ideally, we're going to want to see something underneath here, this area here, kind of look like this. So for this to be a good one, right now we're kind of going like this. We need to see a break of this lower high here, higher low there. Give us a lower low, whether it be this deep or not, doesn't matter. The idea is just a lower low underneath our previous support. And then we need a lower high to form. And then take it to the lower low once we get resistance. If we get resistance, then that would be our entry to target the low and maybe leave a runner down to the daily lows of yesterday. Be what I see.
Yo. It's me again. No, not at all.
Boy.
Yeah, Ivan, I got you. Yeah, I mean, I've seen people who've had issues, and it's unfortunate. But I saw a video, and I agreed with the lady who made the video. There's two sides to every story. So was it actually manipulated, or did they make a mistake and they were mad at themselves and they blamed FTMO because they don't have any accountability? I mean, did they show proof of it being manipulated, kind of thing? I mean, I've been with them for a while and have not had a single issue. Besides when news happens or like the volume gets really crazy, price gap a little bit, it's normal. But yeah, I've never seen anything. Gerzat has not seen anything. So I think it's just a matter of there's two sides to every story, and you're on one side or the other kind of thing. Maybe you're in between, but I think you either are all for it and you think it's a cool opportunity and it can really help people, or you think it's a scam and people shouldn't waste their time, and that's just your opinion, and that's totally fine.
But can you just give a suggestion? My suggestion is, if you are also using it and you do see issue problem, save that whatever issue or problem it is in whatever way you want as proof, and then you can always email the support team. You don't have to like ask us like, oh, did this happen to you too? Just email the support team with the evidence that you do have, and if you are 100% the right, and I'm pretty sure they will make it up to you.
Yeah,
so
I've noticed
things happen. It's a business. Mistakes happen no matter what.
Yeah.
So if you do anything that does happen, take a proof, take a screenshot, take a video, and save it, because then you have evidence, and then just email the support team and they'll deal with it.
Yeah, it's just like anything. Like it's like a restaurant, right? If you go to a restaurant and you get really good food, nobody takes time to leave a review and say how good the food was. But you get one bad thing, you're gonna blow up those reviews with negative comments. So it's kind of the same thing. One bad thing happens to someone in FTMO, the whole world has a heart attack. But there were 300 good things that happened that nobody even opened their mouth about. So you gotta also kind of look at it objectively, like, is it really only negative stuff happening, or is there also good happening and we're only hearing about the negative? So you really gotta just look at it open-minded, and stuff like that. But hopefully this series Gerzat and I are doing will be helpful to a lot of people.
Yeah, and I have literally no obligation to this company. So if I do get Metaphorical, you'll know. If I don't, you'll know. Like I really don't care what this company thinks about me or anything like that. I'm nobody. Like I'm a regular trader like you guys. Like so, it's like there's no reason for me to lie. There's literally no reason for me to lie, and you guys will know the truth, 100% truth, no matter what happens.
McKinney, nope, Raja is not here. He might be watching. I don't know what he's doing right now with his evening, maybe with his family. But he is not in the call with us.
Iron Man was in the chat before. I think he just, yeah, I think he wasn't say killed it on I think US30 and gold today, so he has the right to chill. I don't know how he does it. Like he is killing US30.
This beat is my recital. I think it's very vital to use the force for good, of course. Our Skywalker, that's my time. Here we go. If I were a Jedi, I could out-rap Buster Rhymes. Going in like Qui-Gon Jinn for the win, I could flow in quadruple time. And at the Canadian border, every time I went on tour, I'd be like, this is not the undeclared MC Lars murder.
I'm still in my NZD CHF trade. If someone is still in it, a good target to secure is bottom of the support that there is, and it's tapped into a minor support already, so that's one area. But if that's not good enough for you guys, risk reward I think you guys can hold and they can continue down. Only thing is the 4-hour open might dick around a little bit, so watch out for the 4-hour open. Ryan, if you want to know Iron Man's strategy, he has I think he has so many videos out now with trading now on his I think YouTube channel is on his Instagram. Oh, hit him up and he can talk to you more about it.
Yep, yeah, exactly, Mario. And I'm not saying there isn't any bad going on, but I think there's more good than people lead on. And I mean, honestly, the last thing I think we should say is if someone has an opinion or you're unsure on whose opinion you want to trust, just go try it and find out for yourself and make your own opinion. I think that's the best way to do that, and like especially anything in life too. Just don't take someone else's opinion. Just go do it yourself and find out for yourself. Like if someone says someone's a bad person, are you just gonna hate that person you don't even know? Or are you gonna go meet them, and then if they're an asshole, you're like, okay, you're an asshole, I'm not gonna talk to you no more. And then you have your own opinion, and you know you can trust your own opinion because your opinion. That's what I would suggest, is if you're unsure, just go do it. Spend $100. It's not a big deal. Find out for yourself. That's probably the best thing you can do. AUD, yeah, AUD had a little bit of news. Yep. So once this 4-hour closes, we're gonna have a little bit of a better idea of where we could see the rest of Asian and London start to go. If this closes bullish, I think we could keep going up a little bit, maybe push for that wick fill. Just might not be a super pleasant hold. Yeah, nothing, just chilling for planning for London is kind of the idea. London pre-NY and see where we go with Asian in terms of top daily wick and where if we establish a low, depending on which way we kind of go till the volume comes in London. More lockdown restrictions in the UK tomorrow. Okay, so that would also drive GJ down. Good to know. So full margin sells tomorrow it is. Yep, yeah, exactly, Mario. I mean, we've had plenty of people come on here and everyone's had good experiences. Yeah, so exactly. And see. Ooh, how's it going? Is it going down a little bit?
Yeah, it came up on the 5-minute. Looks like it's doing a retest, and 15-minute
wick
close.
fill.
Yeah, close
Yeah.
bearish.
Mhm.
So someone can secure the minor support there if they want to. On that, I'm not gonna really manage y'all. If it goes to my TP, it goes to my TP. If it goes to my stop loss, it goes to my stop loss. It's reduced risk. So that's what I feel about this trade. I'm glad I'm doing reduced risk in Asian. It's just less stressful because Asian's been a hit or miss for me.
Yeah, that GJ I was about to take, I put the risk down to like $100. So that'd have been 0.1%.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was not. Yeah.
It's
Not
more
yet.
for it to just, yeah, it's more for it to just see if it's gonna work or not.
Nice job, Ibrahim. That's very good. That's really, really good. That's some solid discipline right there. Congrats. Keep that up and just keep growing, keep building. Take it day by day and take you far.
I guess the metamorphosis had to happen. The fans all needed you. On YouTube they be clapping. When they see you rolling up classic CGI. Proud of my little bro, just know I saw that light inside.
Damien, I would say check out the Asian session live streams. Check out the New York session by Wicks Don't Lie. And check out the London session by Trade with Monty. Whichever session fits your schedule. I would just go to the live stream, ask questions, send charts, and pay attention. That's what I would say. Most of the time, I'd say 70-80% of the time in all the live streams, the stream host or the people in the chat that are in the Zoom call that are talking with the Rakeel or Monty or myself are providing some sort of value on either what to do, what not to do, or kind of like experiences that were good or bad, which also you can learn from and incorporate to your own understanding of the market. And then the rest is probably just kind of hanging out, chilling, shooting the shit a little bit. But for the most part, I'd say 70-80% of the time, there's informational stuff being discussed. Yeah, let's see how GJ is looking on the 4 hour. Looks like it's not a super strong bullish close. It just looks like we didn't really go anywhere. We kind of broke above the previous, but then we're closing back underneath the high. So it's just not, maybe we just kind of dwindle up to that wick fill, or we start coming back to test these lows. So I think a bearish 4 hour close, we come back, test the low, or when a 4 hour starts breaking a 4 hour low, then we'll start coming back to those lows. So we'll see how we close. Looks like I might try and close bearish. 30-minute coming down pretty good. Again, same thing. If this comes down, wait for that top wick, which would be our lower high on the 15 and the 30-minute that we drew out. Get that low, bearish close, we get that lower high, and then we get entry for a sell. See how this 4 hour rocks out. Oh, excuse me. I'm gonna go grab some coffee real quick. I'll be back in a few minutes. If anyone else has any other ideas for GJ, what we're kind of looking at, maybe like a fundamental aspect incorporated, since I don't do that, we can kind of get a perspective from someone different, or different time frame, different chart, whatever you guys are thinking. Maybe just anything different to what I'm kind of thinking. Might be a solid idea to just check out. So yeah, mark up that chart, throw some analysis on there so we can kind of walk through it, make some sense of it, and yeah, we'll just kind of see what everyone's looking at, see what's looking best, I guess. Yeah, James, this is Central Time, so it is 7:50 p.m. Central Time for me. So yep, the 4 hour will be closing in 9 minutes, which would be 8 p.m. Central. So I'll be right back. I'm gonna grab some coffee.
We live this, we don't even think. Go bonkers. Go bonkers. Trini, swag, sipping on a stag, chilling with this.
Fran Labita, if I'm pronouncing that correctly. Yes, I'm still in my NZD-CHF's sells. For this trade, I am not reducing the stop loss at all. It's already minimal risk and everything. I'm gonna either let it hit TP or it's gonna hit stop loss.
In the nightlight, all these girls looking real fine. Their eyes on me, got their heart beating double time. Ladies on the floor, drinks on the way. Party like a rock star, 'cause that's the only way. Go bonkers. Go bonkers. Fast life, rose, no ice. Full speed, only one life. Go bonkers. Bring most of rock, drinking from the bottle like a cup. Till the sun come up, partying 'cause we don't give up. 'Cause the club don't stop rocking, we don't plan on stopping. And big tunes just dropping, and bottles just popping. And never stop topping at all, 'cause we party like a rock star. Go bonkers. You put dope on dope, papa tippers. Go bonkers. Go bonkers. Trini, swag, sipping on a stag, chilling with the centerfold from the Scorch Mac. She says she want that to told her put it.
Appreciate the new subscriptions, guys. Thank you, Silky2002. Appreciate it. Getting close to 10K, so might do some sort of giveaway at 10K because that's a pretty big stepping stone for me for YouTube. I never even imagined we'd get past like 1,000. So 10, be incredible. So I appreciate the subscriptions. I think at 10K we'll do a giveaway, and then we're also still gonna have the giveaway at the 1K live views as well. So hopefully get to do some giveaways soon. Still just waiting on the 4-hour close on GJ. Looks like it's really struggling to close bullish or bearish. So I think the close of this, if we close weak bullish, we might see a wick below and then finish coming up a little bit. So we'll see what happens. James, I trade the Asian session on the live stream here for everyone. Sometimes we catch trades, sometimes we're just planning for the next session. Kind of seeing how the daily sets up. Answering questions, going over charts, stuff like that. And then I trade London and pre-NY, either with my group or by myself. It depends on if other people are awake and wanna trade with someone. New here, always watch Wicks Don't Lie. Yeah. So we're here, James. That's awesome. Appreciate you coming on. But yeah, we're here Monday through Thursday. I turn the stream on at 5:30, and then we start the stream around 5:45 to like 5:50. 5:55 is when I actually start the stream and we start looking at stuff. I just leave a little loading screen up in the beginning while I'm setting up and finishing food or finishing up any little tasks I gotta be doing. I think Magic Keys giveaway, yes. And I also have something pretty cool planned for the future with FTMO profits. So every month, I think, as long as it's a good month, we'll do some fun stuff with some FTMO profits for the chat every month. So we're always kind of helping everyone, helping the new traders and whatnot, giving back a little bit. So I'll announce that once we get there. But I'm hoping the next month or two we'll start doing some giveaways and stuff, and trying to come up with some stuff to improve the stream. And I've been watching a lot of gaming streams, and I really like what they do, so I think I'm going to kind of incorporate how they do things and try to just get this channel better. So yeah, we'll go 5:30 to 8:30, so we'll end in 30 minutes. and 40 seconds will end for the Asian session.
So you just lay at night, wide awake with grandeurs of a way of life where everything is perfect till you open those ungrateful eyes. It's kind of like your place to hide. So instead, you'll do everything they say to do. You'll get a corporate job and make 100K out of school. The music still be working at it with your far from perfect habits. I wish that I could tell you that everything will be fine, but I'm not really sure I'm qualified to, because I thought I'd know what to say by now. And honestly, I thought I'd be in LA by now. Instead, I'm wasting all my time like I've got nothing to prove. Sit alone and ruin my day just for something to do. And it's been the same for years without an evolution. Claim to be the next to do it without ever executing.
Yeah, I'm still here. Nothing, just on TikTok.
Oh, you're on TikTok.
Yeah, I'm just chilling, bro.
Are you still in
It's
You still in NC?
Yeah, I'm still in it. Let's see what. Let's look at it.
It looks like a real 30-minute looks good. Yeah, I think you're good for a wick fill. Honestly, I think we'll get a wick fill quick and we'll hit support. Typically 4-hour open usually gives a nice little burst. I think you'll get that wick fill pretty quick.
Yeah.
BJ.
I'm just relaxed now that I know it's reduced stress, so it's like there's no stress. Yeah, like I really don't care that much because I know it's Asian and NY is where I mainly trade.
Yep. Am I a part of market fluidity? I have it. I'm in his group. Rukia was my main mentor. So I still have kind of access to his group, and I send the Asian session Zooms to his group. So if you do join his group, you get access to his New York session, and you'll also get access to my Asian sessions as well. So, yeah, just kind of my little way of saying thank you for everything he did and does and continues to do. Real grateful for that. So yeah, technically, yes, I'm part of it, but I have my own thing I do, so I mean, we could kind of go both ways, but he taught me. I'm in his group, and I send his group my Zoom link for the Asian session. Other than that, I'm in my own group. Dalton, I don't know what you want me to. I did not get a chart. If you send it, I will definitely check it out.
So why you trying to sell it? Said it's affecting those who love you and believe in you, the ones who want to see you do the shit that you've been meaning to. So treat this like you want it or get treated for this problem. You can't go through life halfing with these clouds around your conscience. You know you need to live each.
I think EJ is gonna have, if we get a break and we come back and make a resistance, that'll be real solid. So we'll plan out EJ, see if we can see something in London. Oh yeah, even buys. Oh god, that looks juicy. Alright, so we're gonna minimize that a little bit. Close that so we can get a good picture. We want to see the target up to the top though. There we go. Go like that. Alright. Let's draw.
I was gonna say before you start, I'm gonna just head out for tonight. And I'll see you tomorrow morning if you're trading tomorrow morning. I have the day off. Okay, I might actually reach on call. It's been a minute. Okay, peace out.
Alright, so EJ, this is what we can do. It looks like we're breaking this low here. That's good. Get out of this range. But we need to fully pull out of the range. And then pull back to it. Or near it, make resistance. And we can target our low. So we got resistance, we got support. Got a target kind of up in this general area. And then here we got kind of a general area here. We got clean traffic up and down right there. Got nice clean candles right there. Nice clean candles going up. Obviously some more room up. So if we go up, it's going to be real nice. We got this wick fill target here as well. So if we can come underneath. We can get underneath. Something like that. Target there. Look for entry. Right there, that's our money spot. whether it's there at this zone exactly, or just as long as we create that low and then we get the lower high, that's what we need to see. Otherwise, if we break out to the upside, we want to see a breakout, we want to see a support formed again, whether it be here or here, doesn't matter. We need clean candles up, candles down, and then support, and then we take it up, and ideally push up these clean candles to the left. Over here would be the idea of what we could target, and then we look for entry maybe there. We miss that one, catch the next one, so on and so forth. So that's kind of what I would say for EJ is wait for that breakout to happen, whether it be down or up, let it come back, make support, or come back, make resistance, and then look to jump in that trade. So if it starts doing this, if it starts breaking down, then it comes up and makes resistance, I will be jumping in that trade. Same thing going up, I will be jumping in that trade as well. So that's what I would be looking for. Clean candles. Typically, if candles come down really nice, they should go up a lot easier. So like if you're trying to trade in here, it's going to be a lot messier. But if you're trading these candles here, it'd be a nicer trade. Should go in your direction a little smoother, less wicks and nonsense kind of going on. Just should be a cleaner trade. It has less resistance to go through to go up, less resistance to go through to come down these candles. So ideally price should move a little easier if it has less stuff to get through, is the kind of the idea behind it. For those support and resistance after breakout, candle close, I will be waiting for price to break out, come back, and then close back bearish, or break out, come back, close back bullish. Once we get that bullish bearish close at the lower high or higher low, then I will be looking to execute. So until then, we will just see if we can move. That's the plan for EJ. GJ, looking like if we make a support, we might go back up to the high, so that might be an option. We make support, get back up to the high. It looks like 4 hour, making the bottom wick. Maybe it pushes that wick fill, and maybe partial wick fill here. Kind of an option. We got clean candles coming down now. I think 15 minutes is also clean candles coming down. Yep, so if we get a bullish close, I think we will return back up to the high, which would be making the 4 hour top wick, and then we either reject up here or we continue kind of doing this really weak uptrend. But I think if anything, buys here or wait for a stronger break and then a pullback for sells. So we'll see if we can close bullish. Looks like we got some rejection up here too, so nope, your chart is not coming through, my friend. I'm sorry. I don't know what's going on with that. Maybe for buys after confirmation, maybe pre-London. Yeah. Look good to get a little push up, come back, higher low. It looks solid. Dalton, nope, still did not get anything. Fran, how's it going? Hello, hello. Be sure to like the stream if you haven't already. Subscribe, goes a long way. Appreciate it. And if we don't get a trade today, we got our plan for EJ. Kind of got our plan for GJ. I think we might get some buys from this support if we can close bullish. I think that's a good possibility happening. And then take it back up to the high. Maybe it pushes a little higher for that wick fill. Maybe we kind of inch a little bit above, but I don't know how much higher we're gonna get. But yeah, otherwise if we don't catch anything in the next I don't know, 20 minutes or so, 22 minutes, then we'll be back tomorrow, and we got our plans for London on EJ and GJ, and then we just wait. Desert Fox, I've heard that. I've never analyzed it and looked at it myself. it just sounds like, what do you consider a touch of support and resistance? What is like the official kind of, how do you make that consistent? And I can't, that is not something I like. That is like simple support resistance, higher highs, higher lows, we trending up, we trending down. And that's it. I like to keep it, I was taught to keep it simple. I like to keep it simple, and it works for me. So yeah. So yeah, I mean, I don't have enough information to give an opinion on that. I would go ask someone who uses that sort of method, and they can probably help you a lot better than I could. Yeah, Dalton, send it to me on Instagram. I'll check it out as soon as the live stream's over, and hopefully I'll be able to help. If we look at gold, Ahmad, just send a chart. I would say just send a chart. It looks like gold's trying to come down, might come down to this previous resistance and make support. But send a chart with what you're thinking. We can check it out for you. Ooh, looks like EJ is trying to do something here. Look at that. Okay. Gold's coming down, or not gold. The GJ is coming down as well. I think the play on GJ, if we get under here, looks like we are kind of trying to break structure. But a little bit more of a break would be better. More confirmation, a little stronger. So we got some volume. And then a pullback, lower high, resistance. Those. EJ is going to be a lot easier. We have less to go through. If you look at GJ coming down, we got to break through support, 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 nice wick, support. And then we come into this crap over here. So I think EJ is going to be an easier move down. GJ should probably still come down, but I think EJ should move down easier, in my opinion, based on what we see to the left.
Animated individuals rubbing their head, pitiful, saluting A1 generals, whatever matters, competition, imposition, opposition, contract for contract, I'm more that, just fall back, characters, no scavengers, they cartoons in art rooms, artists, I'm a star in this, top notch, just check your watch, live quick, I spit quick, animation reality, destroy the town, they mad at me, independent like wheel spinning, water machine, time machine, melt down, they head down, in Toontown, we come around, we rush out, no doubt.
Put this rabbit in the dip. When I dip, you dip, we dip. Let's put these tunes up in the dip. When you dip, I dip, we dip. I'll put the shoe up in the dip. When I dip, you dip, we dip. When I'm mobbing with the weasels, we can dip Toontown into up round. This rabbit in the dip. When I dip, you dip, we dip. Let's put these tunes up in the dip. When you dip, I dip, we dip. I'll put the shoe up in the dip. When I dip, you dip, we dip. When I'm mobbing.
Yep, Dalton, I got your message. I will get back to you as soon as we're done here, and I got some time to check out my phone and give you a good response. Right, now we broke structure. I like that now. That makes me feel good that the movement is leaning towards the downside, so we wait for a pullback. And we take a sell. Maybe target this wick here. So we could say kind of coming down. Wait for a lower high. Then take it down and target this wick over here. Then maybe tap into this area over here. Down in this area here. I think that's a solid play. Same thing, EJ. Again, EJ looks like we have better traffic to the left, because if we look what GJ is trading into, not super great. I think EJ is a better trade if it sets up. If we don't do this, then there's no trade. But if we come down, we come up, we make that lower high, we create resistance again, close bearish, and we should be good. Yep, yeah, Dalton, as soon as this is over, I'll gotta do a few things and then I'll get back to you. Probably send a voice message or something. Yeah, EJ looks so much cleaner. if the current candle goes up and only wicked down just now, it would depend how the next candle closes then. So if the next one starts and goes bullish and closes bullish, then I would say that that wick kind of just rejected. But to me, EJ, looks like we have definitely broken out. Looks like we have definitely broken out and are looking to come down a little bit. Ooh, Ninja Rap. Ninja Rap is a banger. See what NC did for Gerge. Oh, might have hit him out unless I bet he had his stop all the way above resistance. Yeah, 15. What do we look like on the 15? Yeah, this looks messy. Yeah. AU. Nothing. AJ, nothing. AJ looks really good. If it pulls back up and we create resistance, that would be solid. And then we could target this low down here. That would be beautiful. So AJ plan, what you could look for is this. So we're coming down. We got this. Target over here, right at support. That was a terrible line. But wait for us to pull back up. Make resistance. And then take it down to the low and maybe down to there. Something like that. Yeah, there might not be a pullback. We might just come down and then just range. So be aware of the time as well. Don't want to be in Asian too late. Candles are going to start getting small. Volume is going to die. And then when London volume comes in, if you're in, you could be stopped out because the volume is just producing some bigger candles. More volume. Stops you out. And then it goes right back in your direction. So just be aware of that. Nice job, you're in profit on juice cells. Oh, very nice. Very nice. Yeah, I was thinking we could have got in up here, but yeah, just wasn't feeling it yet. Felt like this drop would have been more lucky to get past here and into here than anything. But we did say we should get into this wick before we start seeing some issues. We're now in that wick, so let's see what happens now that we're in that area. Just starting trading Asian. What up, boss? Are moves like we were seeing right now common? Yes. Kind of unexpected. Pretty much for Asian at the moment with how the volume is so inconsistent. The best thing to do is sell resistance, buy support. Kind of irrelevant to whatever the trend is. Just because typically it plays the range and usually it breaks to the downside on GJ especially. That's where I've seen most is it kind of just plays in the range. Once you get up to resistance, sell resistance, usually ends up breaking support or at least getting to support, and then you can secure something, get risk-free, stuff like that. And then we get these random breaks through. This is random volume out of nowhere, so. It won't let you purchase the 35 a month. James, I would just shoot me a message on Instagram and help you figure that out. I don't know. Let me make sure the website should still be working. Website is still working. Yeah, it should be working. Maybe just try a different browser. Looks like everything's still working good. But yeah, there should be a message on Instagram. Get that sorted. I don't think we're gonna get anything in this Asian session tonight, so we're gonna call it 8 minutes early. We got our plans. We know what we're waiting for. Waiting for a pullback, resistance, sell. EJ, same thing. Pullback, resistance, sell. If it happens, good opportunity. If not, no trade. AJ looks a lot better than both of them. Now we are definitely broken structure and this little minor uptrend back into continuation of like we did here. So wait for a pullback, resistance, sell that bad boy. So that will be it. Thank you guys for coming, and we will be back tomorrow same time, 5:30. Stream will go up. Stream will start at 5:45, 5:55. So no complaining tomorrow.